And in the US, a manhunt still underway for the gunman that killed 4 people at a waffle restaurant in Nashville overnight. And so police in the US state of Tennessee say a naked gunman who shot dead 4 people at that restaurant is still at large. Correspondent Greg Jennett has more from Washington.
Yes, this was in the southeast area of Nashville, Joe, in a district known as the Antioch area. And this suspect, Travis Reinking, a 29-year-old man from Illinois, was seen to have pulled up outside the Waffle House restaurant very early in the morning, around 3:30 this morning. He sat in his pickup truck outside the venue for about 4 minutes, the witnesses said, before grabbing his AR-15 assault rifle, getting out of the truck and shooting 2 people who were standing outside the Waffle House. Then he proceeded inside, still with all guns blazing, where he proceeded to shoot dead another 2 people, we believe customers, but they think there may have been a staff member in that body count of 4 victims as well. But Travis Reinking hadn't reckoned on another customer who was standing inside the restaurant and had hidden himself behind a door, and this was James Shaw Jr., a man of the same age, 29 years of age, having watched what played out and then sensing that Reinking's weapon might have jammed. James Shaw Jr. then launched into the moment to disarm the gunman.
He shot through that door, I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure he grazed my arm. And it was at that time that I kind of made up my mind, because there's no way to lock that door, that if it was going to come down to it, he was going to have to work to kill me. So at the time that he was either reloading or the gun jammed or whatever happened is when I ran through the swivel door. I hit him with the swivel door, and then the gun was kind of jammed up and it was pushed down, so we were scuffling. And I managed to get him with one hand on the gun, and then I grabbed it from him and I threw it over the countertop.
Dramatic description there of what happened. And Greg, what's known about the suspect?
Well, Reinking is, first of all, Joe, the unusual nature of the attack. When he got out of that pickup truck, he wasn't very well attired at all. He was wearing a jacket, and then after the interaction with James Shaw Jr., he was further disrobed, police say, and then at a later point, after he ran off from the Waffle House restaurant venue, he apparently went to a property where he began to get dressed in as much as he put some trousers on, and that was the last that was seen of him. So residents in this area of Nashville are being warned by police to keep your doors locked and your eyes open. But here's how Don Aaron, also of the Tennessee Police Force, described what happened around the Waffle House earlier this morning. Local
Reinking entered the restaurant and got out of the truck nude except for a green jacket. A block away from the Waffle House, or not even a block, he shed the green jacket and continued southbound on Murfreesboro Pike on foot. When we recovered that green jacket, there were 2 magazines containing AR-15 ammunition. He clearly came armed with a lot of firepower, intending to devastate the South Nashville area.
And Greg, had police had a bit to do with the suspect before this?
They had, Joe, and this is where America's lax gun laws start to intersect with this latest incident, because it quickly became established that Travis Reinking had been arrested outside the White House here in Washington in the middle of last year. He'd crossed a barrier, a security barrier, and Secret Service who guard the White House had asked him to stop, but he became insistent that no, he wanted to arrange a meeting with the president. He was subsequently charged with unlawful entry. Now, in the process of laying that charge, it was established that he was the owner of 4 weapons. They were taken from him and his gun licence was revoked. The weapons were handed to his father back in Illinois for safekeeping, and it seems upon investigating this Nashville attack, Joe, that what's happened is at least one of those weapons, if not all 4, has simply been handed back by Ryan King's father to him, enabling him to take it and go on this spree in Nashville. So that inevitably will and is raising more questions here, Joe, about just how gun licensing works in this country.